Good morning. I'm Dr. Avina Priyadarshini, Professor of EC Department, Rohini College of Engineering and Technology. In today's class, we shall discuss about the code division multiple access in satellite communication. So, code division multiple access, it is also named as CDMA. So, it is a scheme in which number of users can occupy all of the transponders bandwidth all the time. So there are different multiple access schemes are there. So far we have discussed about TDMA, FDMA. Next is the CDMA. So in CDMA, here the entire users are the available user, entire bandwidth is divided into number of frames, as well as the available time is also divided into number of slots. So and also here all the users are allocated with the different codes, that is unique code. So this code is generated by PN sequence generator. So by using this, all the users can access the code, can transmit their system at the same time at the same frequency. So but here the each user has a unique code waveform in addition to the information signal, so which helps them to differentiate at the receiver. The waveforms used here is the analog as well as digital signals. So the information be P of t is a polar non-neutral to 0. So the waveform used here is like in this format. So for example 1 0 1 0 1 1 1. So the signal will be like this. So and this is the code carrier signal. That's the code word form of the signal C of t. So C of t is a polar non-return to 0. So the pulses are called here chips and are randomly vary between minus volt V2 plus V voltages. So the modulation here used is the BPSK modulation. So this is the basic block diagram of a CDMA system. The block diagram of the CDMA system, which includes it consists of the figure which represents the transmitter as well as receiver. So from the satellite and to the satellite. So first of all, the input signal will be an analog signal that will be converted to digital format, or in the digital data that is first of all modulated by using any one of the modulation scheme. So the modulations so far used will be a BPSK or QPSK modulation scheme. Sometimes QAM modulation will also be used. So next, the signal is given to the CDMA operation is performed. So initially the signal will be a narrowband signal. So by using this code division multiple access the scheme, the narrowband signal is converted into spreaded. That is, the signal is converted into a wideband signal, since it is the incoming signal is spreaded by using the PN sequence. So the PN sequence is generated by a PN sequence generator. So n number of PN sequences will be generated. So each PN sequence will be Unicode. So PN sequence means pseudo noise sequence. So that will be a unique sequence that will not resemble other sequence. So first of all, the incoming signal that is divided into signals that will be multiplied or that will be get mixed with the modulated by using the PN sequence signals. So n number of PN sequence will be there, and the incoming signals will be get modulated, and then it is transmitted to the transmitter. So before transmission, the signal will be encoded and it is amplified and it is transmitted from the earth station. So from the earth station, signal is radiated and at the satellite which captures the signal and is received by the receiving antenna, the receiving end. So at the receiving end, the signals are captured from the satellite and the signal is processed and it is given to the receiver for further processing. So here we can use the PN, the same set of PN sequence will be used for decoding, and next the signal is demodulated. So for which to track the signals we need the acquisition and tracking mechanism, and then the signal is demodulated. So if we use the BPSK modulation scheme, the signal is uses the BPSK demodulation scheme for demodulation, and this was the decoded, and finally the original transfer signal will be recovered. So this is the entire process in the CDMA system. So the input systems are there NRS binary information signal, and the carrier will be also NRS binary coded format. So first of all, these two are modulated, the output of the bands model 1. Then the signals are get product modulator is applied to second balance modulator, and the BPSK signal is generated. And the carrier signal uplink is given as C of t and P of t into cos omega ut. U indicates the uplink, and for downlink it is represented as C of t into P of t into cos omega dt. So omega d is the downlink frequency. This gives the BPSK signal to be transmitted. And the code signal C of t is carried away the coded signal C. It's a special properties needed for the implementation of CDMA. So the binary symbol is code are known as chips, and this because the clock is control. So the clock controls the chip generation. Speed of this clock gives the chip rate in chips per second. So the chip rate is given as 1 by RCH. Thank you.